Hello, my name is Tarun Kashyap. I am not very fluent and articulate in English, but I am trying my best to improve my English communication skills. And today I'll tell you what are all the things that I am doing to improve my English communication skills. So let's get started. So let me first tell you all about my background. I don't come from an English speaking family, and even in my surroundings and my neighborhood, nobody speaks English. I come from a tier 3 village with farmers and laborers everywhere around me. And you can already guess what's the language they speak. They speak Hindi. So it was very difficult for me to learn and speak English the way I speak right now. But I was fortunate enough that I went to an English medium school. While it was an English medium school, but nobody spoke in English. Yes, they taught us English, they taught us to read and write, but the communication, the speaking is not done in English. So that's why even in my 12th standard, I was not fluent in English. I was not very fluent. Yes, I was able to understand at that point of time, but I was not very fluent in English. Not on the level which I am today, even on my 12th standard. And even my parents came from a tier 3 village, so they were also not able to communicate in English. Even today, they are not able to understand what the other person is saying in English. So I feel very blessed that my parents sent me to an English medium school. So that was all about my background. So now let's talk about why you need to improve your English speaking skills. First of all, if you are fluent in English, if you are articulate, if you can form good sentences which other people can understand, then you are perceived as more intelligent. You are perceived as a more powerful guy. Anywhere you go, all over India, if you are good in speaking English, you will be perceived as smart, intelligent, or more powerful or rich. So that is why you should be improving your English communication skills. So that is the first reason. And the second reason is you get very big opportunities in IT industries or multinational companies. You get high salary if you can speak English fluently. You get hired fast if you can speak English fluently, and if you are very articulate in English and you can form good sentences in English, then you have endless opportunities in India as well as abroad. So that's the reason why you should improve your English speaking skills. There are endless opportunities waiting for you if you can speak English fluently. So that is the reason why you must absolutely focus on improving your English speaking skills. So now let's finally get into the actual steps of how you can improve your English speaking skills. And these are the actual steps which I am also applying in my life to improve my own speaking skills. So the first step is you must observe, listen, and consume English from whatever means possible, from wherever possible, like a baby. Because like a baby listens and observes from its surroundings, and then he learns to say something, then he learns to say a word. We are the exact same. We are exactly the same. We are like a baby. So you must learn the art of listening and observing and immersing yourself in English language from whatever means possible. There are a lot of different mediums through which you can immerse yourself in English. You can watch YouTube videos, you can watch English movies with subtitles, you can read a lot of books. The best way to learn to form sentences is via reading books, because the author who has written a book is a very intellectual person. He knows how to form sentences, how to form the best sentences so that the reader who reads it gets amazed by the use of certain words in certain places, by the use of commas and exclamation marks and full stop, where to use it, how to use it, how much to use in a paragraph. They know how much to use. So you must absolutely read books if you want to learn how to make good sentences. And you can also use other platforms like YouTube, Instagram, watch movies, watch live debates and podcasts, and there are a lot of other ways in today's day and age. So just try to surround yourself in English as much as possible, especially if you are not a native English speaker, or especially if you are in a place where people around you does not speak English, especially if you come from a family where your family members don't speak English or don't know English, because this is the only way you will be able to immerse yourself in English. There is no other way. Your family members do not speak English, your surroundings, your neighborhood, your friends don't speak English. This is the only way. This is the only way you will be able to surround yourself in English, and you will be able to surround yourself with people who can speak English, who know how to use sentences. This is the only way, by watching other people, by listening to other people, and by observing how they are forming sentences, by observing how they are speaking, the way they speak, the way they form sentences, the way they articulate. Try to immerse yourself, try to surround yourself in English as much as possible. You will observe, you will listen, and you will learn. And also, if you are consuming any content in social media, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, try to give your comment in the comment section in English. This is what I used to do when I was a child. I used to go to the comment section, I used to write the comment. Whatever I have felt about that video or that photo, I just used to write something about my opinion, my perspective. Use it as much as possible. Use however much English you know, use it. Put your fear of judgment aside and just use it in comment section. I'm not asking you to speak in English. I'm just asking you to just write comments in the comment section in YouTube, in Facebook, and in Instagram. The content that you watch, just go in the comment section and leave a comment there in English, and other people will reply to you, and that's how you will get the communication started in the comment section. Also, when I was a child, I used to watch sports. I am a big sports fan. I used to watch WWE ever since I was a child. Now I watch UFC. And I used to listen to commentators, what they are saying, how they are saying, their jargon, their tone, everything. I used to listen. I tried to imitate them even when I was a child. I tried to imitate the commentators, how they are speaking. And that's how my English got so much better, because I used to watch content. I used to watch those sport channels. I used to watch WWE, and now I watch UFC. And during press conferences, they say certain insulting words to each other. Every fighter says some insulting words to each other. And I used to wonder what they are saying. What does their words mean? And that's how I got into understanding their language and understanding their English. This is one of the ways that you can improve your English speaking skills. I used to observe them, and I used to watch them, and I used to listen to them, what they are saying, how they are saying, why they are saying, and what does it mean. And slowly I started to understand what they are saying, and it made my English better. That's how I am currently improving my English communication skills, by watching how other native English speakers speak and have live debates, or try to listen to their commentaries, try to listen to their press conferences. If you are a sports fan, try to immerse yourself as much as possible in English. So that was my first step. Observe like a baby, listen like a baby, learn like a baby. So now let's get into the second step, and it is use what you have learned from the step one. In step one, you have learned to observe and immerse yourself. You have learned various different things about English. Now it's time to use all that into practice, because if you don't practice, you will lose it. Use it or lose it. If you don't practice it, you will lose it. You will only be able to understand English, but you will not be able to speak English until and unless you are actually putting it into practice. So use it or lose it. And the best way to use it is by creating content. Right now I am creating content and you are watching it. I'm making YouTube videos. So this is the best way to learn to speak English fluently, in my opinion, because I don't have anybody in my surroundings with whom I can speak in English. Nobody in my surrounding can speak English and understand English. And this is the only way for me to put out something in English, to speak in English. This is the only time where I can speak in English. But if you have people around you who can understand and speak English, well and good for you. But for those of you guys who don't have anybody around you who can speak in English or understand English, creating content is the best way right now for you to learn to speak in English fluently. Because if you don't have anybody, with whom will you speak? With whom will you communicate? You need two people or two parties to have a communication. Right now, I am communicating to you. But if you don't have anybody around you who can speak English or understand English, then there's no way. It's like you are speaking to a wall, and people will call you an idiot if you talk to a wall. So that's why put out your phone, put it on a tripod like me, and just start speaking in front of the camera and just start uploading in the YouTube, and people will start commenting. That's how the communication gets started. It's a communication channel, nothing more than that. You are watching my videos, I am communicating with you. It is two-way communication. That's why it is two-way communication. But if you don't have anybody, there is no chance that you will be ever be able to speak in English, because communication requires two parties, A and B, and they both exchange their words and ideas, and that is called communication. So right now the second party is you. I am talking to you. I am explaining my words to you. I am explaining my tips to you. So use it or lose it. Use whatever you have learned in step 1. Use whatever English you have gathered from all over the place, all over the world, from YouTube, Instagram, books, podcasts, sports channels, documentaries, press conferences. Use whatever you have and put it into practice. If you don't put it into practice, you will lose it. Even if you don't want to upload it into YouTube, then record yourself in your mobile camera and then watch back, and you will observe where you have made the mistakes, where you have made silly mistake, and you can correct it the next time you speak. And just know that while you are putting it into practice, you will make a lot of mistakes. Like anything in this world, like learning anything in this world, in the beginning you will make mistakes, but with time, as you put in more practice, as you put in more reps, as you try to speak more, as you speak more and more, your mistakes will get better. You will get better at speaking in English. You will learn to rectify your mistakes with time. One more thing I would like to add in this step is, in step 1 you have observed how people use English. You have listened to them speaking, and you know a lot of people who speak English fluently. Just find out 5 fluent communicators who you admire and try to model them. Try to model how they speak certain words, how they form sentences, how they use jargon, what is their tone. Try to model them. Model fluent communicators, and this way you will also be able to form or mold your speaking skills like them. Try to mold your speaking skills like the people who you admire, like the people who you want to become like. And also one more thing I would like to add in this step is, just slow down. When you are beginning to speak in English, you would make a lot of mistakes, and speaking fast is not necessary, but speaking the correct sentences is very necessary. So most people, what they do is they try to speak English like fluent communicators, and they try to force it up, they try to speed it up, and they make a lot of mistakes in their way. So just slow down and speak everything correctly, and with time your speaking will get fast and fluent, because the whole point of communication is not just to utter out some words. It's to make the other person understand what you are saying with clarity. You must have clarity in your words. The other person must be able to understand what you are saying very clearly, because that is the essence of communication. What you are speaking, the other party must understand whatever you have said 100% correctly. That is what effective communication is, in my opinion. So just speak slow down while you are speaking, and make the other person completely understand what you are trying to say. One more thing I would like to add in this step is, try to think in English. Most people, what they do is they try to think in their native language and then translate it in English and then speaking it. This slows down their English speaking skills, and it makes them look like they don't know English at all. So just try to think in English. Whatever you are trying to say, try to think in English and speak it. And also use filler words wherever possible. If you are a beginner, I would not recommend it, but if you are just beginning or starting out in speaking English, then use filler words. Like, you know what I mean? Absolutely. There are a lot of filler words that people use while speaking English. Even fluent native English speakers use a lot of filler words. But real brilliant speakers, what I have noticed is that most brilliant speakers don't use these filler words. This doesn't look professional, brother. Using filler words is not cool, and it makes you look dumb. A very knowledgeable or brilliant or intellectual person will tell you that using filler words is not cool. It makes you look dumber. So use filler words in the beginning if you are learning, but try to use as little filler words as possible as you learn along the way. So that was my wrap up of this whole second step. Use it or lose it. You must use it, put it into practice, then only you are going to retain what you have learned in the step 1. Use it or lose it. If you don't have anybody around you with whom you can speak, then try creating content and uploading it in YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you want to post. and then you will get the feedback. People will tell you where you are making mistakes. So that was my second step. Now the third step is feedback loop. Because you are using it, you are putting it into practice, people will give you feedback. If you are creating content, people will tell you that your English is not good, that you are not making the sentences in a correct manner. And you will also watch your videos yourself, you will listen to your audio yourself, and you will get a feedback loop. I am calling it a feedback loop because you will go back to the step number 1 again. You will go back to immersing yourself in English again, because you will get the feedback that you are not good, you are not making sentences correctly. That's why you will go back to step number 1 again, and this is the feedback loop. You will go back to step number 1 again and again and again to improve and to refine your English. This is a never ending feedback loop. You will forever be improving your English. Even native English speakers are not good, not that good. They are forever improving and refining their language. So that's why it is a feedback loop. You will get the feedback, you will watch it yourself, you will get feedback from other people, and you will improve your English. Another thing I would like to add in this step is embrace imperfections. Know that nobody is perfect in this world, and everybody has learned something from somewhere. Nobody came pre-learned everything from their mother's womb. Everybody learned it in this world, and you can too. So just embrace the imperfections. You will get better over time. And also improve your vocabulary. You have put it into practice in step number 2, but if you don't know certain words, what they mean, then you will never be able to use it in your sentences. So just keep improving your vocabulary as you learn along the way, because I'm still learning a lot of words which I don't know, whose meanings I don't know till date. My English is not good even today. I'm 27 years old and I'm still learning a lot of new words every single day. So just keep improving your vocabulary every single day. And one more thing I would like to add in this step is you will learn that grammar is not that important at all in the beginning while you are learning. But when you put it into practice, you will learn that you are making a lot of grammatical mistakes. And that's when you will understand the importance of grammar, and you will learn some basic grammar. I would suggest you to go and learn some basic grammar. It will help you immensely in speaking English, in making your English speaking better. So these are all the things that I am using to improve my English communication skills. I am not saying that I am good in any way, shape or form, but I am just showing you what I am doing to improve my own communication skills. I hope you found this video useful. If you found this video useful, give it a like and share this with your friends who needs to see this, and also do consider subscribing if you want to see more videos of me. I keep making videos related to self-improvement, productivity and physical fitness. So if you are interested in these topics, then do consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.